Hold on to your hats, folks, because things just got real in the wacky world of global trade. The US and China, those economic titans, are locked in a tariff tango, and the music is getting a little too intense for comfort. It all started when the US slapped a 10% tariff on a whole bunch of Chinese goods. You know, just your everyday essentials like smartphones, laptops, and those little plastic toys your cat loves to bat around. Now, China isn't exactly known for backing down from a fight, especially when it comes to protecting its economic interests. So naturally, they retaliated with tariffs of their own. Think of it as a diplomatic game of ping pong, only instead of little white balls, they're lobbing taxes back and forth. This latest round of tariffs has everyone from Wall Street analysts to your average Joe worried about a full-blown trade war. And let's be honest, nobody wins in a trade war. It's like that old saying, when elephants fight, it's the grass that suffers. Except in this case, the grass is the global economy, and nobody wants to see that get trampled on. So how exactly did China respond to the US's tariff provocation? Well, they didn't just slap tariffs on any old American goods. Oh no, they went for the jugular, targeting key US exports like coal, cars, and crude oil. China knows that hitting the US where it hurts, in the pocketbook, is the best way to get their attention. By targeting these industries, they're sending a clear message. You want to play hardball? Two can play at that game. Of course, China isn't doing this just for kicks. They have some pretty compelling economic reasons for choosing these specific targets. For starters, China is the world's largest importer of crude oil. And while they don't buy all that much from the US, any disruption to the global oil market is going to be felt around the world. The tariffs on cars and coal are also strategic. The US auto industry, already grappling with declining sales, is now facing higher costs to sell their vehicles in China. As for coal, well, let's just say that China is trying to wean itself off the dirty stuff, so this tariff is more of a symbolic jab than anything else. But wait, there's more. As if the tariff tit-for-tat wasn't enough, China also decided to throw Google into the mix. They launched an antitrust investigation into the tech giant, accusing them of, well, nobody's quite sure what yet. It seems like China just really likes keeping everyone on their toes. Now, Google's consumer services have been blocked in China since 2010. Remember those good old days when you could just Google anything you wanted? Yeah, not so much in China. But even though Google's search engine and other popular services are banned, they still maintain a significant advertising business in the country. This latest investigation could be a sign that China is looking to further squeeze Google's presence in their market. Or maybe they're just trying to send a message to other US tech companies. Don't get any ideas about challenging our dominance. Whatever the reason, one thing's for sure. China is not afraid to use its regulatory muscle to go after foreign companies, especially when there's a trade war brewing. And if you thought Google had it rough, spare a thought for PVH Corp, the company that owns fashion brands like Calvin Klein and Tommy Hilfiger. They got blacklisted by China, which is about as welcome as a skunk at a garden party. What did PVH do to deserve such a fate? Well, they had the audacity to raise concerns about alleged forced labor in China's Xinjiang region, where a large Muslim minority population is subjected to, let's just say, less than ideal working conditions. China, not exactly known for its fondness for criticism, responded by essentially banning PVH from doing business in the country. And just in case you thought this was a one-off, China also blacklisted Illumina, a US company specializing in gene sequencing technology. Their offense? Nobody seems to know for sure, but it's probably safe to assume they did something to annoy the powers that be in Beijing. These blacklistings are a stark reminder that doing business in China can be a bit like navigating a minefield. One wrong step, or in PVH's case, one slightly critical comment, and you can find yourself on the wrong side of the Chinese government.